Okay, now this tile right here, you see how I'm right in front of these two jugs? I like to hit the front jug and pull the back jug. And then tap that jug so that we have lots of clearance room in this middle area. You see? There's lots of clearance room. If you can beat 1 minute and a tick, I'll give you a bond. Alright? Damage. But I can get one more damage. That was supposed to be an extra damage hit, and I don't know what the fuck just hit me with a 27 right now. And I'm about to die. I'm about to fucking die. Okay, okay, okay. See, that's what happens in between and on the tile. And in between on the tile. And for the sake of transparency, I believe that the ring around the rubble technique is borderline bug abuse, and I no longer do it. There has been no mention of that. Oh, half court, half court, half court, half court! Oh, we swapped. Oh, that was too lucky, bro. He's still gonna open the fucking sarcophagus. We're gonna do, you ever seen someone take out Jad with melee? They do this. They stand up against the boss and pray melee until it telegraphs something else. Okay, the corner is safe. The corner is safe. For that spec. Back to my quadrant. Oh, fuck. Hello! This phase I do step, 2, hit. Step, 2, make prayer. Step, 2, hit. Okay? Step, just click on the empty tiles. Keep clicking on it. Just keep clicking on it. Step 2, hit. Check prayer. Step. What's up, Scapers? It's your boy Takiru Scape on AFK TV. How's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to check out a follow-up to my 150 normal invocation walkthrough I did the other day. You see there's a bunch of new updates and tips and tricks that I'd like to share with you guys. Hopefully they're useful and help you guys get completions and purples. First off, this video is going to be extremely long, maybe up to an hour or more, depending on how long it takes. So if you want to skip through this video, maybe you want to skip past my rambly intro I'm about to do, because there will be some self-promotion and there will be maybe a joke or two. Or you just want to get straight to a boss that you're, struggling on or want to learn it. By all means, that's totally allowed. There are timestamps in the timeline and in the description of this video. So whether you're on mobile or desktop, you can get right to the point. That being said, I want to say thank you so much for all the support on my last video, guys. It got thousands of views so far, dozens of likes and positive comments, some of which were very helpful, and I'll share some of that information with you today. And also I got up to 100 subscribers, about 30 new subscribers. That's a big milestone, guys. I'm really appreciative of that. Thank you so much. That means a lot. And that last run-through guide was my best performing video in about 2 years. Now you see, as part of AFK TV, I run 4 channels, and no video I've done has been as successful as that guide, so thank you for that. Speaking of which, if you'd like to check out my other channels, there are little profile avatar button links on my Takiru Scape page. Just scroll down past the playlist, you'll see them. WeDS Rebel is my gaming review / glitch parody channel. Think Angry Video Game Nerd meets Weird Al Yankovic. I take the glitches in games and then I make a song about it. I did Warzone, Cyberpunk 2077. I made fun of the Wii. I did a mashup of Pink Floyd and Skate 3 glitches, which I called Another Glitch in the Wall.
Hey, glitches! Leave my games alone! All in all, you're just another glitch in the wall. All in all, you're just another glitch in the wall.
I mean, this is some of my best work, if I may say so myself, so go check that out. But also I have a music dedicated channel, Gravity760. This is where I have original chill hop, freestyle rap. I also do acoustic love songs and stuff like that. I mix it up to try and keep it eclectic.
Who am I, man? Do I really have to spell again? G-R-A-V-I to the T-Y. We are lately hot. Do you see why? Beyond making light, you can see why the stars made me by using me. I'm gravity. I bet y'all are mad at me, but I'm just full of that apathy. I'm acting casually, painting this tapestry so masterfully, killing y'all like a dead battery. Gravity.
So check that out. And my last but not least, Young Contrarian podcast channel. That's where I talk about news, politics, and religion, as to keep that separate from my more entertainment-based channels, because not everybody wants to hear about religion on a RuneScape channel or whatever. So getting to the point, guys, want to say thank you for allowing me to mention that in this video. I appreciate any support on my other channels. Much appreciated. And I have to do a shout out to our sponsor. I want to thank our sponsor, Pocket Nuke. That's right, Pocket Nuke. Have you been feeling a little outgunned these days? Maybe you just need a little more kaboom to level the playing field. Well, have no fear. Pocket Nuke is here. That's right. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Don't bring a gun to a nuke fight. Pocket Nuke. That's right. Bring all the fun of mutually assured destruction, Cold War era fear propaganda home with you today in this handy-dandy pocket-sized portable plutonium pouch. Call today and receive a free Indiana Jones-style lead-lined refrigerator to attempt to survive the explosion in. Warning, you may not survive the explosion in the refrigerator. You'll probably be exploded or trampled or liquefied by the explosion or blown up by the rumbling and tumbling and falling down to the ground. Thank you so much to our sponsor, Pocket Nuke.
I'll be throwing one of these in with every purchase of 500 million or more. It's a piece.
Let's get to the gear and invocation section. Okay, I'm rocking the crystal armor. You got the Pegasions and Ferocious for that max hit on the melee, and those are the only gloves and boots I wear. Same with the necklace and the cape. Blood Fury, pretty damn necessary. Go get yourself one. If you don't have a Blood Fury like this guy, I don't care if it costs you your entire fucking gear setup. Get one of these and swap for some cheaper gear. I don't care if it's 15 million right now. Get one of these. It will save your little ass in this raid, okay? Got the Light Bearer. I'm loving this thing. It's cheaper than it has ever been so far. It's still going down. I got a pretty good deal on it. It did go up a little bit, but it came back down. So anyway, that brings your spec back twice as fast. It's extremely useful in the raid. And we got Rada's Blessing, Crystal Gear, Serp Helm, of course. Charge. Don't forget your scales. If your helm is darker, it means that it's uncharged. So, and also if you can see your eyeballs, not these little yellow eyeballs in the black void or whatever, that means that you need scales. I see people all the time, and I try and toss them like 1,000 just to get through the raid or whatever. And Bofa is extremely useful here, but if you can't afford it, just get a blowpipe or something. But I mean, seriously, like if you can't afford a TiVo, get a Bofa. If you can't afford a Bofa, get a blowpipe. And of course, if you're wearing anything but the Bofa as your ranged weapon, bring either an Ava's or some kind of other available to get your darts and arrows back. Okay, we got the Bandos and Ahrims, of course, the Stabby Zamorak and Hasta, and our Vernic Defender. DDS for the P2 Warden Core, got BGs for, all sorts of things. We're going to use this on a lot of stuff. The Karis Partisan of the Corruptor or whatever. This is the one that gives a special attack, which I'll talk more about in the raid. And then we have the Eliteness Ward and the Staff of the Swamp E. The ward is not the imbued one. We have the cheap one because I can't afford that sigil right now to put on it. This gives only plus 3% magic damage and plus 15 attack and some pretty weak defensive. So if you... Honestly, I would say just get a Malediction ward over the Eliteness ward unimbued or whatever. It's a lot tankier, but this does add a little like +1 max hit. So I can't wait to imbue it though. And get maybe a Sang and some, Ancestral or something. But I'm 87 kills or 88 kills dry of a purple in my name. Luckily, I got the pet, so that's nice. But it's always greener, right? Now let's check out the invocations. This may not be the perfect 150. There's a lot of weird ways you can do it, but I think this is a pretty simple beginner 150. Again, I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to share it here on the screen, the full JPEG, and I'm also going to put it in the description. And we're looking at softcore run, meaning you can die 3 times before having to pay. On a diet, no food, no bandages, no locusts. More Overlords gives Kephri the more ads during the 2 down phases. Blowing Mud gives her more dung, more duty. Not just head, arterial spray, blood thinners, all give Zebak blood magic, which is pretty easy to avoid and or pray against, depending. Nothing for Akkha. We have Gotta Have Faith, which increases the damage you take from the sarcophagus volcano hits that the monkeys open based on how much prayer you have lost. So if you have full prayer, you won't take much or anything. But if you have almost run out of prayer, you'll take up to like 20 or 30 damage. Jungle Japes, the baboons drop bananas when they die. That you can take like up to 20 damage. I think they reduced it to 15, but you also get stunned for like 5 ticks or something. So you don't want to run over those. But it's pretty easy. It's only 5 additive though. Shockwave from Baba Slam. This is the floor shadow attack that expands. That's more challenging now, but we're going to be able to get away from that hopefully. Boulder Dash. They did increase the speed of this. It's like a tick or two quicker now, and if you have, say the first out of the 5 boulders is your open one, and then you have to hit the third one, you'll have no clearance to make that jump. You got to hit that jog from the 1 tile to the 3 tile or whatever immediately and perfectly. There is no messing up on this. So that one's kind of tough. You may want to swap it for something else, but we're going to make it. Ancient Haste. The Wardens will charge at a faster rate in the first phase of the fight. That's means the pillar will hit you a little bit harder, and you'll get more of those like UFOs and balls hitting you and stuff. But we're going to juggle to eat through that, and not worry about that. Acceleration, excuse me. This gives the P2 Wardens a faster attack, and the Obelisk is a little more potent. Now, I know a lot of people are struggling with the P2 Warden. That's a lot of people's, quit moment or where they die a lot. It's going to be okay now. I'm going to show you some techniques that I didn't show in the last video, and we're going to make P2 Warden your bitch. Okay? It's absolutely going to bend over and let you do whatever you want to it. Okay? Overclocked, we're going to add, and which makes the final boss just a little quicker, but it's nothing like Overclock 2 or Insanity. You won't even notice the change. So that's that. Invocation list is again on screen and in the description. It's like a perfect JPEG, guys, I'm telling you. So go ahead, and there's going to be some other resources down there probably by the end of the raid that I'll have mentioned too. So let's go ahead and eat up. I will not be juggling a brew. If you want to, go ahead, but I hate doing that because I usually just leave it in the room before because I forgot. Take 5 restores, a scum bat, and a range pot, and fill it out with the rest of our brews. Yeah, I don't like juggling a brew. It's pretty inconvenient and can get me killed sometimes, or it could get you killed. So we're going to go in here. Now, you technically start when you enter the Krondus room, but I'm going to go ahead and show you some stuff before we do the Krondus room in the little waiting lobby here. So, you can't see them moving right now, but this one right here, this challenge spot, is the easiest to do because the spikes travel this direction on this side and they go out the other direction. So you can run in on the left and out on the right and pretty much always avoid damage. Now you may want to do that one first, but actually do that one second for a quick, easy secondary, finish off to get 202 hits if I'm quick. So I do this one, which is the second hardest. I'd say it's pretty easy because the spikes are consistent, but they all travel toward the waterfall, like the rest of them. All the other spikes travel toward the waterfall. This is the only one that has a set of spikes that travel away in sequence. So anyway, so I'm going to hit this one first. I have some marked tiles for all the difficult ones. These are the safe tiles, not withholding the green splats or whatever. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll show you what I mean. I just didn't want to waste any time in there explaining like I did in the last 4 takes that I had to reset on. Okay, so we come over here, we grab the jug. Make sure you grab the jug. I've accidentally not grabbed the jug and gone all the way to the waterfall. I did that the very last take, actually. So here we go, waterfall. Now we're going to head and jump here. You can jump 2-4 if you're quick. It wasn't quite quick enough there. You can then tile swap over here so you don't get hit by green. Check around for crocodiles. I think I'm quicker than the crocodile this run. We're still going to try and freeze it. Try and hit it again. Just keep hitting it. Keep hitting it. Try and get that kill off. There he is. There's a kill hit. Okay. There's our starting tile for this one right here. I might mark that. Ooh. Try and dodge the green. There we go. Good jog. Sometimes you will jog jump over the green. You know how you see with my tile markers, you'll notice, like I mentioned in the last video, that you're not technically on the tile that you're on. Also, when you're running 2 tiles, you jump over. Oh shit! Shit! What the fuck? Ah!
Oh, are you enjoying it though? They're loving it, look. You should laugh. You're allowed to laugh.
Totally inconsistent like that one down there. So we'll go ahead and come on in here. I think we might hit that spike. No, okay. You can only jump like 3 spots on a really good jump here. Okay, anyways, yeah, you'll notice, like, I like to talk about jog jumping. Jog jumping is when, okay, like, check out this jug container or whatever, okay? If I were to step on the tile before it, and then if I have a run on and step here, I never stepped technically on that tile, because you run 2 tiles in 1 tick for the game to register a run properly. So, just a little basic tutorial in that. Now, this is very useful for acid. You can jump over acid pools with the jog jump trick, but only the tiles in between. So the tile 2 and tile 4 on this line here, you see that? Tile 2 and tile 4 do not register as tiles stepped upon. There's some weird stuff that like in Kephri's room, there's a couple unique features with that jog jumping I'll talk about in there. But I just wanted to get you familiar with that technique before we use it more often in the raid. Okay, now check your health. You may want to eat up for Zebak because you will take damage in this room. It's not a totally free fight. Pray up and then combat, range pot. Okay, come on in here. I have some tiles marked and I'll talk about them during the fight. Good, positive hit. Okay, we're praying melee until we see a telegraph. Otherwise, okay. Swap in prayers. Got the Bofa on. May want to use preserve for the first 2 fights since we're using scombats instead of the proper salts or cocaine or whatever you want to call it. Okay, now this tile right here, you see how I'm right in front of these 2 jugs? I like to hit the front jug and pull the back jug. And then tap that jug so that we have lots of clearance room in this middle area. You see? Did lots of clearance room. Okay. Now we're just kind of playing it safe here, but we could be attacking the boss a little more. Okay, here's another quick example of the jog jump. I'm going to jump over this acid. Did not affect me. If I stepped on it, it will affect me. But you see how if I step over it, nothing. We're going to use that technique a lot in this raid. In Akkha's room, in Baba's room, we might use it in Akkha's room. Probably use it in the final fight. Oh shit, I need to go over there. Too many thoughts going on. I could have jog jumped over that way more professionally, but I was kind of worried I wouldn't make it in time if I did. Okay, and again, I mentioned in the last video, but here again, the telegraph for the prayers is really, really late. You can turn your prayer on practically when the orb or the rock hits you. I'll try and show you with the next prayer flick change. See, we're on magic and pray now. Caught it. You see, didn't do shit to me. I'll do the same thing. Catch right about now. Didn't do anything to me. Okay, so you can catch really, really late with these prayers, which is helpful to know when you have on the other additives that make Zebak's faster. Well, it's not an additive. There's no invocation for it, other than literally the Path Master or whatever, where he gains levels. If he's on level 2 or 4, he will speed up his attacks much faster during the normal fight, and the final phase of it, like his enrage phase, which is about to happen here, will be a 2-tick swap. Bop 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 bop. That's how much time you have to change and read the prayer and get the tick right. Right now, I think we're on about a 6-tick cycle for how long we have, and you see how that's kind of a safe spot for these bloods, but we also have to run back about here to totally avoid them. I'm gonna miss that prayer. No, I'm not. See that is the telegraph for the blood. Now it may cause the blood siphon, like the you know, blood blitz kind of thing that it just did, or it may cause the blood thinners to come across the clouds. So just beware. That's the telegraph. The watch his pause for the little blitz. Okay, we're gonna go on to Kephri next. Now, okay, this is another one I want to talk about before I go into it. Okay, because we want to go fast and not be worrying about discussing it while we're in there. Now, you can choose either path, of course. And you'll notice on these walls we have the numeric pad and the 1 through 9 pad describing what these tiles do in this this number room. See, it's 1, 2, 3 is a triangle. It has 3 edges. 4 diamond, 4 edges, 5 fingers, 6 is a bird. I'm not sure if there's an easy way to remember that or not, but we have this kind of backwards. 7 is 7, W is 8, and 9 is boot. That's a weird, that one didn't get chipped in very well, did it? It looks weird. It looks a lot weirder than the normal. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to talk about the puzzles before we do them. This is a simple Simon Says. You hit it, it'll tell you 5 tiles to hit. In order, you can do that. Now, this is a room that you can jog jump over. So you want to hit this one, and then you want to hit this one. If your running is on and you click this tile from that tile, you will not activate the middle one. But in this room, if you try to jog jump, any tile that you walk over will activate in this room. So just be aware of that. Now, a comment was left by a very helpful YouTube commenter. Thank you so much. I might put at least the name or maybe part of the comment on screen. They mentioned that you don't have to do all 4 rooms in a solo. All you have to do is hit whatever door you like first. See, I'm going to do this one because this is a very simple, and this is simple. These are the 2 more challenging puzzles of the room. So I'm going to hit this one and then zag over because this door will open, and then do this puzzle and then zag over and to this door, which I can then finish the final puzzle because there's a walk path in between there. You'll see. So I don't have to do all 4, but I may show you kind of how all 4 works just as a slight demonstration. Okay, so we're going to get in place. I think I missed it already, but see, I jog jumped over that. I'm going to jog jump over this. You can similarly do a rook's move, jog jump, or screw up the puzzle while trying to show it off. Okay. Yeah, I didn't quite remember that puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'll try to show as many jog jumps as I can here. This is a rook's move, jog jump. Another rook move. Step. There you go. This room is pretty easy. If you stand at the front entrance, right about here, you can shoot all of them. And I think this tile is safe from the rock fall down. So you got a nice long range weapon. Hit them all from here. Keep trying. Keep messing up. Have no worries. You will be spawned on. You can pray range to totally protect against these guys. I'm not having a good run at this. But okay, so now I'm not going to complete it because I want you to see, okay, that you can walk through this door and do this puzzle, which will then open that door. Okay, I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna show you how it works. So you saw how that one works. It's basically you got to light up the pillars in order that they're supposed to be lit up. So it's kind of like a Simon Says, but it's like a blind Simon Says. Okay, now there's a whole plugin that I forgot to mention earlier, and I'm so sorry about that. It's the Tombs of Amascut plugin. Hopefully, enough of you made it to this part. I'll probably mention it in text or something at the beginning. But anyways, this Tombs of Amascut plugin has a couple different things that happen here. Like, I don't like this. Like, it automatically pops up when you come into this room, and like the whole side panel comes up and shows you. But this is useful. This shows you all the different orientations for the specific numbers that you want to go for. If you want to just do as quick as possible, you know, or whatever. But I don't even like that because I have better ways of doing this part. And then the same thing, there's Off-a-Meccan wave helper, which I also don't like because it does the same thing. It just tells you what the waves of the monkeys are. Anyway, I do this room like this. Okay, we already know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Those are the values. And this, when you tap this ancient tablet, it tells you in your chat box what it needs. 34. Now, I always remember in an easy way that this line right here is 30 because 9 and 9 is 18, 2 is 20, and 7 and 3 is 30. So this whole line right here, just do a nice little run over. You see, the jog jumping doesn't work. I hit every tile that I passed over, so just beware of that. Diamond, boom. That's 34. Now, this puzzle over here, this is a 8-tile puzzle. I have to activate the other room though. So we're gonna finish that one off. But you see how this door is now open, and I could finish the last puzzle. The scarab statues moved forward a tile so that you can walk between and the solo. So I think it was like this. No, that's not it. So go back to my safe spot, so I don't have to worry about this crap. Okay, because that puzzle didn't activate until I did that one. I'm just trying to show you how everything works. But again, you only need to do 2 puzzles to get through this room on a solo. Let's see here. I'm thinking this and then this. Because you see, when you hit a tile, it hits the one you're on and the one across, and it flips them. Now there's a whole bunch of solves that I'll put on screen. I'll be kind of like, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and they'll be on kind of like the left side here. You see we have a 2-tile solve, but I'm going to make it a 1-tile solve because that was a really, really easy one. So that means hit this, and in any order. You can hit this one, then this, and this, and then this, and this, and it'll automatically solve this puzzle. So boom. Now both doors are open, but you didn't need both doors because there's a path in between here, and we're going to fuck this scarab up because he's pissing me off. Bitch. So now I hit all the tiles on one side. 2, diamond, W, star, boot. Okay, so now I know where they're at. 2, diamond, W, star, boot. 2, boot. Oh, that was lucky. Then I hit all these on this side. Kind of get a feel, but I don't fully memorize them. 2. Because that's too much. It's like trying to remember all of them on the same side. Now, okay, I remember a diamond. If you want to come back over and make sure, because this is the 2W, 2 star, diamond, W, boot, right? Wasn't diamond in the middle? I fucked up there, didn't I? 2 diamond, W star, boot. Whatever. Okay, W is in the middle. Okay, and there we go. Challenge time. Now, of course, I was talking through a lot, but my best time to beat is 1 minute and a tick. So 1 minute and 0.6 flat. So if you can beat that, if you can beat 1 minute and show me like maybe a legitimate screenshot, I might give you a bond if you can do it in, say, the next 2 weeks. There's a 2-week time limit. I'm not extending this forever. But if you can beat a 1 minute solo in that room, I don't want to see no fucking Photoshop bullshit, okay? I want some real times, okay? I want a real screenshot of or maybe a video recording would be even better for real proof, okay? If you can beat 1 minute and a tick, I'll give you a bond, alright? Alright, so now we've been in there so long, we're going to combat up, of course. I probably should have brewed up, but we're going to get health back from this bitch. Try your BGS. It rarely will ever hit here. I got really lucky. Okay, hit the corner, hit the corner! Oh! I didn't call it out quick enough. You have three fireballs when you start off before she hits her first swarm, and you always want to hit a corner because a corner makes a nice stackable sequence. You'll see this. You may have seen my last video, but anytime you get a dung, you want to hit the corner again. Like you want to tuck into this tile or something, so that it continually piles the dung in the corner. Now I don't really care about these scarabs. You can either kill them all, or you can just let them come through. Now there's only 2 because I turned off the The adding of the invocations didn't work right, so I turned off this invocation, making it hard. These guys harder, but it's really an easy invocation to add. I would definitely do the whatever one gives the more scarabs eggs. Definitely add that invocation. I just took it off for this one because of just how the values of the new balancing works with the invocations. I think it would have given me like 15 points and I needed 10, and I wanted to do a perfect 150 instead of a 155 for the vid, you know? So there we go. We want to take out the melee guy first. We're obviously dodging these scarabs from this guy. Now, here's the thing. You need to know. If I was over here, because I was over here, and then I jump over to attack that guy, a scarab will spawn because I was over here. A kamikaze scarab will spawn in the sky from this quadrant that I was in, and it will hit me in that new quadrant that you jumped to. So if the further you go, the faster the kamikaze will fly, and the less you will be able to notice it. But like, say I was tucked in this corner, and then a kamikaze spawned in that corner, I would have like 5 or 7 ticks to notice the kamikaze coming from the corner. To me, because it's such a small distance, it has like the same number of ticks to travel. But when it comes from when you start in this and then you attack over there, and it like registers that you were in this before you jumped over there, and the kamikaze moves so far. I know this is getting complicated, but like when you see it, you'll see it. Like, the wrong spawn kamikaze goes so fast and you won't be able to notice it coming at you. Here's a tuck in, right here. Tuck in for the stack of the poop. Boom. Prayer up, prayer up. I really don't need range over for these guys, but that is the protection prayer for these. They're pretty harmless though. You'll probably get more blood fury spats back. Now we are gonna pray range for this. Now you want to take out the agile scarab first. I'm gonna use the spec. Watch the spec, watch the spec. If it hits positive, I can't hit again for basically 6 ticks out of the 10 that it's vulnerable to more damage, but I can get 1 more damage. That was supposed to be an extra damage hit, and I don't know what the fuck just hit me with a 27 right now. And I'm about to die. I'm about to fucking die. Okay. See, that's what happens if you don't take out the agile scarab in time. See, that is, I mean, that was actually probably useful to see, but I don't want to fucking die right now. It's about to blow me again, bro. It's about to blow me with the fucking scarab. Here we go. Magic. Pray up magic. Oh, we got lucky and it phased before it shot it. Okay, range up. Okay, we're having trouble with this, so this may be difficult if you don't have your shit together, like me right now. I'm about to get blown again. Fucking shit, bro. Eat up. This is supposed to be an easy fight. I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong here, but you know, we're just kind of working with it. We're working with it. Okay. Brew up. Just brew up. I don't give a shit. Brew up. Store up. Okay. Corner up. Storo. Jump out. You go. Okay. So the other thing is when you get hit by the dung, you have to click out the direction you want to click out. You can escape to the left or the right if it's a 1 line. Right now I have a 2 line, so I couldn't skip over it unless it physically forces me to. Yeah, you want to. So like, if I hit this corner, I want to hit this, and I want to start spam clicking left. Start spam clicking left to get back in. Okay, now we're done with both of the fucking ad phases. We already done with Zebak, so we can go ahead and go crazy with our fucking potions and stuff. Boom! Big 59. Look at that. Can't attack for 6 ticks out of the 10 that it's invulnerable to more damage. Boom! Hit a pretty big 57. That's a max hit actually. No, that's not a kite and blow hit, but that's a normal max hit. Tuck in, corner. Okay, it gave me a line. So I want to come over to the other side now, okay? Because you can't stack a line unless it's just gonna give another line next to it. But we can stack a corner. Okay, there we go. So when it hits down to 0 hit points for the shield, it automatically does a dung attack. So you maybe don't want to be wet ready. If you're in this tile with a diagonal already effective, it will shoot you diagonal. Okay, this tile right here, not that tile though. That tile will force you a line. If you're in this tile without poopy active, like here, watch this tile right here. I'm in that tile. It hit me diagonal. Okay, boom. It can do that 1 more time. So anyways, so that's pretty much how you lure the dung. I screwed up on the ad phase. I just I think I tried to use that kite and blow, the special on that guy, and not only it didn't hit very hard, because it did hit a positive hit but low, I wasn't able to attack for 6 of the 10 cycles. Now okay, let me describe how this works. I'll literally read it. Perform an attack with 100% increased accuracy and 25% increased damage, but with half attack speed. So this is like a 4-tick weapon. It means I can't attack for 8 ticks. But if I hit positive, but the opponent will take 25% increased damage for the next 6 seconds. So here's the caveat or whatever, right? 6 seconds is 10 ticks, but my weapon slows down to 8 ticks. So if I hit a positive hit, I have only a 2-tick window to get in a second more damaging hit. And if I get really, really lucky and get a chitin blow or something, it can be up to, I think the max is about a 200 with a chitin blow after a partisan corruptor spec, okay? But you can only hit one fucking time with that extra damage in that 10 cycle because your weapon slows down to an 8 cycle, okay? Anyway, this is really, really useful on this boss and the ads in a team. That spec on that arcane would have been mega proc useful if I had teammates to come through and finish it off with a normal Karis blow or 2, okay? But because of the dynamics of that particular, like I hit a low hit and it slowed me down, I wasn't able to do very well, which really did screw up my cycle with those ads. Almost killed me, but we got out okay. So that's it. I'm just trying to teach you guys as much of the specifics as I can. I'll try not to go too overboard and make this video an hour and a half long for a 40-minute run, you know. Now, the bundles. This after your second demi-boss and after the 4th demi-boss, before you go into the final, you get this guy. He gives you supplies. Nectar is practically Ceridome and Brew, and Tears of Eliteness is practically a restore, but I don't think the Tears of Eliteness restores your stats in the same way that I don't think it gives you back the stats lost from the Nectar, so you gotta have a Salt on. Alright? The Salt is like an overload without damaging you. It gives you 125 attack strength, damage, range, whatever, till for like 7 minutes until it runs out. You want 2 of these 2-dose salts, so you need 4 doses to get through the next 2 demi-bosses and the final boss. And the liquid adrenaline now is only a single 2-dose sip, which this gives you, it makes your spec attack cost half. So with the light bear and the liquid adrenaline, we can get off a lot more specs, but we only use this on the wardens, so we don't waste it because they never give you 2 anymore. It used to, they started off giving you 4 adrenaline doses, 4 ambrosia shots. So the ambrosia gives you 125 health and 125 prayer points, no matter what. You could be at 1 and 0, 1 hit point, 0 prayer points, and tap that sucker, and it'll fill you up to 125, 125. Salts also give you a slight energy boost, like 20 run, so it can be useful, like if you're going into the Kephri boss and you were running around doing all the puzzles, and you just need a little bit of extra run energy so you're not walking into the room. Now, boss rooms give you a full run energy back when you enter, but just saying, you may need like a little bit of, maybe if it's convenient, you can take a salt before Kephri, and that'll give you that little extra run to run into the room. So I'm gonna be right back. Give me just a sec, guys. So guys, I'm back. I may cut that pause out. I may forget to. We'll see. Scarabs. The last thing I forgot to mention. Scarabs. You crack these, and they don't immediately give you anything, but they give you prayer over time. Back to my quadrant. Oh fuck. Hello! They restore like 6 or 9 or something prayer points like every 10 seconds after they're cracked. So I use this very strategically, and I'll tell you when to use it during the final boss and everything, during the different phases. How we do it now is we pretty much always go power, life. Okay, we do power for the mid-raid loot, and then life for the final. Go ahead and equip, or go into the Akkha next. I'm gonna put this down here. I like my top 12 spaces to be gear, and then everything else to be food. So I take my salt out, Get the pickaxe, put the pickaxe on. I don't need to do this particularly, but just saving the extra inventory spot for mirrors. Okay, now if you want to, and you have a crystal pickaxe or a dragon pickaxe, I think you can do it with the dragon pickaxe. You can one spec or one down this boss, but you have to use your spec. Now the problem with that is if you use your spec in here, you're going to probably go into Akkha without a spec. And you do use your spec within about 60 seconds of starting the Akkha fight. So this is where the light bearer comes in handy, and I'm going to show you an extra tip to make it last a little bit even longer. Let's go ahead and break at least this one down. Okay, now you see this is the time that... Oh, fucking hell. This is the time that you have until your next buff down, okay? So basically, I have 27 seconds until... But if I put preserve on, I have 52 seconds. Now, I'm going to put on... I got my pickaxe on, and I'm going to spec now, because I'm aware that I'm about to finish the puzzle. I'm going to get an OSHA safety spot, and rotate and push the mirror in from a, you know, nice lockout, tag out procedure, right? And wait for the next beam to go by. Still got 32 seconds on the clock with my boosted 99 plus 3. Now you need 99 plus 3 to one down this. If you don't have 99 mining and a crystal pickaxe spec down, you're just not going to one down it, pretty much. I mean, it can happen. I did it one time without a spec, but you have to spec and be 99 to one down. So there it is. Don't forget to take your pickaxe off after specking and put it back, because it will piss you off being in your inventory for the rest of the raid. It pissed me off the other day. Okay, so going in here. Like I said, you get your energy back when you go into new room, but I'm going to use assault. You know, that gives you 20 plus run energy or whatever. Now I'm gonna brew up. Now this takes my stats down. Now see, an overload, I'm sorry, the salts doesn't keep you perfectly at 125 like when you're brewing, but it will bring you back within like 10 seconds or so. Turn off the preserve. Okay, we're back to 124, 125, that's close enough. We are overbrewed. We have enough restore, so let's go ahead and just get rid of that. Okay, now I'm going to discuss a little bit what's going on in here. These 4 corner tiles are the first 4 important. Now these are sort of specific. Now you could just, you know, hit whatever, but the reason these 4 tiles is because you run a straight diagonal line with these 4 tiles. Okay, instead of being jagged, which having a jagged diagonal can bring you into the boss or away from the boss when you don't want to. And so I have these 4 tiles marked, and you could do like this tile and then this tile and this tile and this tile, but whatever. This will create perfect diagonal lines for me to walk through for the first part, which is a kite lure. Okay, we're gonna kite the boss around and just, you know, shoot magic bolts at it or whatever until it phase swaps.
What's up, guys? Sorry about the random cut and the change in mic quality, but I forgot to mention this during the run. These 4 tiles I have marked in the middle are the closest tile you have to go to, or the shortest distance required to run to get him out of invulnerability when he comes out of like a clock spec or whatever. Okay, that's pretty much it. We're gonna get back to the video. It's the same run, by the way. Nothing happened.
When it may do something interesting if the shadows don't spawn before it does its first staff down bash, which means it's about to swap attacks. It won't swap attacks. It only will do a special, usually a mushroom cloud special, where every tile you step on gives you a mushroom cloud that if you hit it, it'll take like 30 plus damage or something. So that's what. But like it normally, the staff on the ground bashing usually telegraphs it's changing attack styles. But if you're luring it with this next kite move I'm about to do, and it does that staff bash without you getting hit, I'll try and show it off. So you know what I'm talking about. I'm not just barking before we enter the room. Okay, see? Okay, hit these lines. Okay, I messed up on the first click, but trying to get in these nice diagonal lines. Okay, you can hit it in between. I'm messing up. I swear the chat box adds 5% lag. Okay, in between and on the tile. And in between on the tile. Okay, we're gonna keep it at this amount of health for a little bit because it's about to phase down. And I'm gonna show you what I mean. Because when it stabs its staff down, it usually means it's about to swap to range attack. Okay? But I haven't been hit yet, and I'm gonna keep not getting hit, even though this is probably gonna screw up this next part. I can't show it. I can't show it this time. I'm sorry. It didn't do the thing. Because I downed it. I downed it too quick. Okay, now it's gonna act normally. It's not gonna do that not phase switch glitch. Okay, so anyways. We want to get this guy down before this fills up. That's the staff switch, and this time it went invincible, and we gotta deal with this. Okay, red, black, yellow, white. Nice and easy. Get my melee gear on, get ready to spec it, because that's how it always in the same cycle. You're always praying melee over, then range over, then mage over, and you're always attacking with mage, then range. I'm sorry, mage, then melee, then range. Okay, always that cycle. Always, always, always. So now we're on the defending. We overhead range. We're attacking with melee. I missed that fucking piety hit. Whatever. I'm trying to talk and fight at the same time. And when it staffs his bash down, I want to quiz time. What do we hit next? Okay, mage over. And we're gonna range him. That's right. That's right! Swiper, no swiping! Okay, now it's new guy. Okay, now you can't attack this with your bowfire or whatever. It's a pretty strong weapon as it is, but I think these guys are weak to melee, so we're gonna do that. Okay, now we're still on the mage over range him phase. Staff bash means he's about to do a special, but he also just changed styles. He'll be coming out with mage attack, melee attack, and we'll be hitting him with mage, is what I'm going to say. Sorry, it does get a little confusing with all these switches and stuff. I'm trying to keep things user-friendly. Okay, this is a good time to use Blood Barrage if you've lost any health. I've not, so I'm not going to. Luckily. I think it's because he's still level 0. Might want to have one, because melee hits the hardest, usually, through your magic gear. So you may want to keep a Blood Glitch pre-clicked, just in case you do take a big hit. Like, that didn't, not a big hit, but blood through it. Okay, now we're going to range over and melee him. Always in that cycle, remember? Always this cycle. We'll use a nice BGS spec, because we got it back from our light bearer, bring it back quick enough. And back to our Hosta. And a Burnick. Okay, now new guy, come on over here. Keep your prayer high. Keep an eye on your salts. Should be able to finish this fight without needing another. Okay. We just swapped to mage over, but we're not going to use that yet. I think we're red, black, yellow, black, white. Right? Didn't you say? Yep, we're good. Okay, we're going to swap to our... I think we have the right gear on, isn't that right? No, mage over ranging. Mage over ranging. Okay, another trick is to, that was taught by a commenter, is the dominant icon over his head. You'll see that the mage icon is over the melee icon. Mage is what we pray from right now, okay? And of course, what he's not praying against is what we attack him with. So if that helps, if that's easier to remember than the cycle, maybe. Okay, and cycling to melee over, maging him. Always the same cycle. Good time to blood him. Hopefully we get through this phase before he specs. There we go. Okay, good. This is good news, because you get to see a new trick. Okay, he's about to phase out, and we'll be praying range over next, but we're going to do the clock spec while attacking him. Okay, the shadow, I mean. And we're able to hit every single tick. With the, got the same timing weapon as this here, and now we're going to switch to range over and melee the boss. Again, we have enough spec back from our light bearer to go ahead and to whack his ass with a nice BGS somewhat hit. Okay, back to our Hosta and attempt to finish him off before he goes to the next phase. Hopefully. Go ahead and keep prey high. We don't need all these supplies for Baba, so might as well keep high. I don't like to worry about health in the next phase. Okay, now we're mage over range him. Mage over range him. Always the same cycle. Okay, so now we're gonna overeat right now. Overeat right now. All the way. Green 15. I want to say green 15. Well, I got a 14, but you know what I'm talking about, boy? Alright. Can now get all of our gear on here. Oh shit! These are not easy to dodge, but you can. See, I mean, I didn't. Ah! They're pretty mean. They're pretty mean. They like to hit you the tile before they get there. They're kind of like us. They're a tile ahead of where they really are, kind of thing. Okay, okay. Another thing to consider is you may want to eat up green 15, is what I like to call it, all the way to full health and 15 over. Before he swaps to that phase, you want to do it a lot earlier than I did because your stats will be down a little bit. See, they're 124 instead of 125. They were at probably in the 90s right when I started brewing up. So you want to be aware of that. Also, I'm going to need to use salt going into the next room. That's why I'm at 124. Anyway, yeah, because if you try and attack him while brewing up a bunch, you're just not going to hit anything. You're going to be stuck in that puffball phase forever. Alright, I like to kind of gear management a little bit here. Make sure everything's the way I like it. We're not going to be using that anymore. Not going to be using that anymore. Kind of get all these guys where I like them for now. That's good enough. Okay, we got to pick up a green potion, and I like the green potion to be nice and accessible right here. Hammer. These both drop when you leave the room, so you don't got to worry about that anymore. We start with... Here, I'm going to turn this on because it may be helpful visually for you guys, but I don't like it because when you go in this room, it just pops it up automatically. But here we go. So here's how the waves go, and they always go the same for a solo. They'll add more monkeys for duos, but they'll still be the same order. The only change for solos is they come through different holes. So you're basically same monkeys, just a little bit different orientation. Every time. So I think it's easier than Nilo's by a long shot. First wave, 2 brawlers. Second wave is a thrower and a mage, so that's range and mage. So I like to attack the range guy first and pray mage overhead. Then we have a shaman and some brawlers. So the shamans will respawn monkeys over and over and over and over. They'll spawn up to like I think 8 monkeys or 10 monkeys each. And before they start attacking with mage, but if you kill any of those monkeys, they'll just keep respawning and respawning. So you have to kill the shaman first. And I have the most obnoxious monkeys tagged. If anybody, call out. If anybody in the chat, in the comments, I mean, can tell me how to what the plugin is that helps you mark NPCs with different colors. So, like, if I want the brawler monkey to be red, and the thrower to be green, and the mage to be blue, and the shaman to be, like, orange, and you know what I mean? Like, or whatever. Because the volatiles, they really want to watch out for them. Because if they get up next to you, they will kamikaze blow up. But you have a couple of ticks to run away if you want to try and lure them. Also, if you attack them with, say, like, your Bofa or whatever. You attack them with something with range, and they lose some hit points before they get to you. That hit point reduction will reduce the amount damaging you if you do get hit. So, I don't know, that's just some kind of things to think about. And cursed, you want to freeze those guys, so you want to always have, you want to have your F4 and then get your freeze, like always be ready with that. Let's just go ahead. So this is Akkha's site. I always think it's "oh fuck man" because it's "oh fuck man, oh the fucking vents, oh the fucking pillars, oh." And then if it has a skull over the vents or a skull near the pillars, that means that we gotta attack that. Red monkeys, they attack with melee. We attack them with mage. Pillars have a monkey skull, so we're gonna go fix them. Okay, and it's fixed. Now you can immediately click away from the action to get your next thing going on. I'm gonna wear range gear. And, well, the mage monkey's not to me yet, so I'm not going to worry about him yet. And pray range. Now pray mage. Now, they are kind of weak to melee, but you want to hit the mage monkeys with a bow, usually. Okay, and we're going to pray melee over for a little bit. Okay, go ahead and you can use blood barrage or something with that. This is a great room for blood barrage to get your health back on all the monkeys that the shamans spawn. But you may not always hit your blood barrage when you're wearing... Oh, look out, volatile. See, I'm going to lure him away. He's going to blow up, and boom. That would have done 30 damage to me if I had stayed near that. Okay, just go ahead and put on a melee weapon with whatever gear, usually. I don't usually do the full way switch. I usually keep my crystal armor on unless I'm trying to do a spell. Magic overhead. These pillars, you have about a 20 tick or so leeway on the pillars and the vents. Now, if you're in a group, There's a third thing that can happen with the Akkha site, Allfuckman site, or whatever. Okay, you can have what's the curse, or it's called corruption. Oh, what the hell just happened to me? Literally, what just did I get hit by a range hit after he died or something? Volatile, run. Vents. Hold on, I'm gonna teach you about the corruption in a second. I got to deal with all these monkeys right now. Okay, we want to deal with the monkey. We want to deal with the crazy volatile first. Try and freeze that guy or deal with him. Try and pray mage overhead. Okay, kill the mage guys. Okay, boom. Got vents. Got to do the vents. Probably could use assault around this time because it's about the time that we'll also be using it for monkey boss by now. This room takes about 4 minutes if you're quick, 5 minutes if you're slow. 10 or more if you don't realize the shamans spawn more monkeys, because that'll just keep happening. I hear a lot of people say, oh, we were in here for fucking a half hour before we realized, you know, the fucking shamans were the spawners. Freeze the cursed monkeys, pray melee overhead from all these, you know, melee guys. Another cursed monkey just popped up. Okay, we got thrower monkeys that will hurt us more than the melee, so I'll probably pray that and try and take him out real quick. Watch out for all the acid. Don't want to auto move to an acid spot. Okay, pray. Melee over. Start taking out these guys. Pillar. I'll explain the corruption at the end of this. I don't want to have to worry about that during this fight. It doesn't happen in a solo. It only happens in duos plus. Bottle, warning. See, I want to mark those a different color, like orange or bright yellow or something, so like I really catch them before they hit me. Because I've lost this room to a volatile more than one time. Okay, I think we're nearing the end. Okay, this is where I put on my magic gear and get to work. You can try and stack them some kind of way, like maybe use the fucking statue to do like a Dust Devil stack, you know? Let's see if that works real quick. I'll be a monkey's uncle. Shut the fucking face, monkey fucker! So that actually works, that's really cool. Now we're done, so this didn't have to be done, but there you go. Okay, so now in Duos Plus, what can happen is you get a corruption. Now you'll see these in the chat box. It tells you all about it. Okay, off of mech inside, guys. You sense an issue with the roof supports. You sense some strange fumes. Purple is the thing that warns you, and then blue is like, okay, you did it. So let's see here. If we were to see, you sense the issue from the roof supports. That's the pillars. If you're in a non-voice chat, P is pillars. You type P in chat. P is pillars. I have chat off so you can't see it. P equals pillars. V equals vents. And DD is corruption. You will see a thing in the chat that says something like, you sense corruption coming, like spreading to your teammates. And if you want to keep, especially in a team raid, you want to stay about this zoomed out, and keep an eye on your teammates, because they will get a red. They don't have it in this room. It's kind of like it's like an ankh, or like that kind of Egyptian shape with like the. Anyway, it's like an ankh, a red ankh over their head, and they turn red, kind of like you know, like in necks when they get the corruption. Now, when that happens, you want to say DD. This means death dot DD, not DDD. DD. You want to stand here. This is the new and improved death dot location. On this particular blood splat in front of and to the right of the statue. We all come here, and then we use the potion. You can also manually left click and use the potion on them, or follow your teammate and use it on them that way. But they can get away from you. And if you're in a big team, you just want to DD here and be very, very careful of if there's a poison splat here, call out where the new DD spot is. If it's, to front to the right or to the left or to the back, behind. Because poison may be on this tile, you may need to say, okay, left DD spot, which would be like here. This would be like the left version because it's poisoned. Or if there's volatiles coming at you, they could explode you and ruin it. So you may want to say left DD or new DD, follow me, follow X name, my name or whatever, to new DD. Okay, so that's all. You definitely don't, because that'll kill your teammates, and it's the easiest one to miss because you're usually looking at the vents and the pillars. But if your teammates are far away and you don't notice it, this is what's over their head. This shape, and I think it's the same orientation. This will appear over their head and they'll turn bright red. So that means that they have corruption. You need to DD, death dot, in the same spot. Okay, I think you guys get it. I'm just trying to be as thorough as possible for just in case there are those who aren't aware of all these little tiny intricacies. Oh, I didn't mean to sip that second one. Okay, we still have 2 minutes of salt, which means we may run out, so we're going to have a salt out. We want to BGS spec him. Good luck. He's not that weak to BGS. Yeah, see, 12, and give me good. Yeah! 61! Okay, watch out for those rocks, of course. Now, in my last video, I showed you the ring around the rubble technique, where I put my bow on and went around the rock. For the sake of transparency, I believe that the ring around the rubble technique is borderline bug abuse, and I no longer do it. There has been no mention of that. Oh, half court! Oh, we swapped. Oh, that was too lucky, bro. He's still gonna open a fucking sarcophagus. Okay, watch. Fuck you. You see how he gets splatted by the rocks, so you don't have to always worry about them. What was I just saying? The ring around the rubble technique feels borderline bug abuse. So I don't do it anymore. It's too easy, and the boss cannot hit you, and it feels wrong. And you see how we have a very small clearance with rubble roll when we have a 2-rock window. And also, beware, Baba's Shadow Slam is extremely inconsistent. Usually, he does, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, hit, just like it was just then. But because of, I think it was what Kieran was talking about with these kind of server jagged juts, or I forget how he said it, but basically the server will count like 4 ticks as 3 sometimes because it skipped a tick, and so that Shadow Slam will kind of go faster than it's supposed to, hitting usually at 1, 2, bam, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. So you just gotta be aware of that. It has an inconsistent timing because of server delays at this time. And now it is physically possible to do the boulder skip with boulder dash on, but I'm not keen enough to do it usually. Let's see, I tried, but I misclicked and I fucked up. I red clicked the boss instead of yellow clicking the tile. I probably could have had it. Okay, he's fairly weak to range, so you can stay at a distance, especially when you're in a team and you gotta split the rocks because of the health and all that shit, you know what I mean? Oh, that's not a good sign. Oh, this is not a good rock to be on either. Alright, and we're 30 seconds from using Assault. Okay, that was a consistent time. That was a consistent 1, 2, 3, 4 hit. Hopefully I get a inconsistent one so you guys see what I mean. There was one earlier in the fight, so if you want to roll back and go to that first Shadow Slam or the second one, there was an inconsistent 1, 2, bam, if you're curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. That was consistent. Okay. So mostly he was chiller, but just be aware of that, okay? Like I said, I really want to be clear about this. I want to be very, very clear. In my last video, I did a technique that I called Ring Around the Rubble, where if there's a rubble or a rock in the middle of the room, anywhere in the middle, anywhere, you can swap to your ranged gear. I usually would slip a stamina pot for this, and turn on, Piety, and you don't have to have melee over if you're good at it, but just in case. and then make sure your stats are high and everything. And I would go. I mean, I'm literally describing how to do it. I'm sorry, but just so we're clear, this is what would happen. And if you went around the rock and if you timed it right with your hits and your tile movement, the boss would never be able to hit you. The only thing that it could do is phase skip to the next, like the boulder roll or whatever. And it couldn't throw a rock at you to blow that rock up. It couldn't shadow slam you, and it couldn't melee you. So it feels over the line on bug abuse, and so I no longer do it. And I would suggest that everybody else watching the video, you don't do it. At least, especially don't put video out about it. I'm not certain about the status of that technique. I'm just being careful. I don't want anybody banned for a technique that I shared in a previous video, and I just try to put a PSA out there. It feels wrong. It feels too. It feels worse than like in Akkha's room where I do the round the room lure. You know, that one's kind of legitimate. He can still attack me if he catches up to me. The ring around the rebel feels too. It feels too much. So anyway, I'm sorry. I've talked about that for like 10 minutes now. We got lucky and got ambrosia in a chaos, but we don't want that. The ambrosia is back to a 2-sipper. So if you get 2 of them, you now have 4 sips. That's pretty fucking amazing. We're gonna go with that life. We're gonna just jump straight right in, but we're not gonna start the room. I'm gonna talk about a bunch of shit, just like I've been. I'm trying to explain as much in this video, which is making it well over an hour. We're at an hour 3 right now, so thank you for everybody's patience. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Don't start yet, because if you start and in a duo or more, and you're like, you know, if you start first and then tell the other guy to like hold on until I get in place and stuff, and then you still start, what could happen is after 2 minutes the room automatically starts if any person started. So bada bing, bada boom, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. Because, like, I went to go take a piss the other night when I was in a duo, not realizing the 2-minute thing was a thing. Even though I'd read it, I just forgot about it. I had started and told him to wait. I went and took a piss. The fight started. I wasn't juggled right. I didn't have my brews. I didn't have my salt. I didn't have anything out of my bag right. I didn't have my stats right. Everything was wrong. Give me, like, 2 seconds, guys. See, I have a extreme pet peeve of mine, and that is flies or gnats or ants in my house. I have an extreme obsession, just like Walter White in that episode of Breaking Bad, where he won't start to cook until that fly is out of the room. I am very much the same, and I'm sorry for the delay. You know, maybe it's a little bit comedic or interesting to hear this, but it's probably obnoxious to wait. I just had to open my door a crack because there's a little tiny gnat going to fly in front of my face and screw me up in the middle of this fight. And I'm already doing enough trying to describe the fight and do it at the same time. So anyway, I just cracked my door a little bit and turned off all my lights. So hopefully it's attracted toward the door and goes the hell outside. And hopefully more don't come inside. Okay, let's talk about this juggle, okay? I'm going to be very specific about some of the placement of my stuff. I'm going to drop 2 brews right here, keeping the partial brew in hand because I'm going to sip that, and I'm also going to down it and another one in the next moments. You'll see. Okay, I'm going to very specifically in all this tile placement. Okay, I'm going to take out a adrenaline for that first tile that was open, a scarab. Well, that doesn't have to be there, but that's a decent place for it. I kind of like them over here actually. So let's put a brew where that one is. Nectar, probably another nectar, then another crystal. About there. Yep, that's good. I like to be really methodical about where stuff is in my inventory. Especially based on, okay, so like if you try to right click and withdraw all, hopefully by the usage placement, by the placement and the usage we're about to do, basically when some of these are used and they go to withdraw all, they'll basically resupply in the same place or in the same order at least. So that's really important. You really want to be chilled and have your inventory perfect for this fight. You don't want to be screwing around looking for your fucking DDS and your fucking, you know, Avernic when it's time to use your adrenaline. You want all that shit right here. That's why I'm putting everything. Okay, now the BGS is going to go about yonder. That's not useful anymore. That's not useful anymore. So this is fine about, like, this is how I like it. This is how I like it. Because this will put the Bandos gear back here, so I can swap to it easily for the core down. And we got the Bofa. And anyway, okay. I think I've talked enough. Going to smelling salt now. Going to brew up. Going to wait for the stats to come back. Spec orb. We're going to spec the pillar twice. If you don't have a light bearer, only spec it once. Or none. But I'd say definitely try and get a positive spec with the BGS out on this pillar, okay? Stats are back. Piety on. Click. Then stand here. If you block this side, this will offset the attacks of the obelisk and the wardens slightly, and it will mean that the demi-bosses that you fight in the final fight are Kephri and Akkha, okay? If you stand on the other side and block that side until this sound effect, you will be fighting this warden instead, and you will be fighting, what's the other two? Zebak and Baba as the demi-bosses for the final fight, okay? Now you see what I'm doing here? I'm avoiding the UFOs. I'm coming back to this safe tile right here. Prayer does nothing for these. These are DD balls. The first ball, that big ball, is a DD ball. You come together. The second one is a split up ball. You want to split away from your teammates. Okay, now before we get specced out by something crazy, we're gonna eat up now. We don't want to eat up twice. We want to only eat up once before we get done with this. Okay. Okay, now we're back to our safe spot. Okay, now hopefully our stats come back enough to finish this off before we have to eat up crazy again. Unlikely. Stats have not come back yet. Come on. Nope, not happening. Okay, so we're gonna get hit again. That's where the other sips and brews and stuff happen, okay? So now we're good. I think we're about to get a UFO, so no, we're not. Okay, so pick up the things. Okay, so get up next to the boss. Okay, watch this. We're gonna do, you ever seen someone take out Jad with melee? They do this. They stand up against the boss and pray melee until it telegraphs something else. Sound effects are the easiest way to know what is about to hit. Melee hits the quickest and is a no delay before you're damaged. That sound effect in that skull is mage, okay? The swing, which you barely could hear because I'm far away, but that swing, maybe you heard it again, swing is range, okay? Stand up against it. I like this. Oh, I fucked that up. I think I caught it. Okay. Oh boy. I was not ready. We still got pretty good in there. Still got in. We didn't get piety on the first hit, but that's okay. We're still gonna get 5 in. Maybe a BGS whack. We don't spec the core. We hit it with the BGS because it has a huge max hit, which didn't register because I was a tick late on my fucking switches. Okay. Swing range. Okay, watch the obelisk. What's it doing? Okay, that's a freeze you, fuck you tile. Okay, so I'm okay. Okay, the corner is safe. For that spec. Also, you can jump over the lines, but the corners are safe for that particular floor spec. Okay, that's that. You don't pray that. Back to my quadrant. Oh fuck. Hello. Any tick now? Scarabs are unreliable, but they give you back prayer over time, so it's kind of like sipping 2 restores, but slowly. Okay, range. Oh my god. Okay, that's okay. Watch this. This is an ambrosia moment. I didn't need it particularly. I could have probably brewed up or something, but that was a panic moment. I panicked. We have 3 more sips because they did up the amount of doses. Obviously, this part of the fight is a lot more tough than the range part. The range part went down way quicker. This is because I have inferior mage gear. I would really like Ancestral and some shit, but I am 88 kills dry for a purple. missed that, but still caught it. Didn't pray that. Still tanked it. Okay, here we go. Whew. I might miss this. I might fuck this up too. Okay. Adrenaline's still active. Piety is on. You can turn off your overhead if you're slick enough. Oh, I almost missed that fucking spec. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! I don't want to do another phase!
You can do it! Cut his fucking head off!
Oh, we got him, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Gentlemen, we got him. Okay. Now, we'll stand on the right. Okay, everybody knows this one, right? It's a right side, safe spot, left side, safe spot, middle safe spot. This middle tile is sort of special, but it's not a big deal. You just don't want to stand on the tile in front of it, because the first skull that comes down will bonk you out of the way, and if you have insanity on, that will mess you up. We're just chilling right now. I'm not even using rigor. That's on purpose. I don't need to waste it. We have no time struggle right now. We don't need to waste resources. We actually need to kind of hold on to them a little bit. Although we have plenty. I have plenty. I'm just showing you what you can do. I'm waiting for my spec to come back. That's what's happening right now. And while there's no Akkha hitting me with different things, and while there's no Kephri shooting me with fireballs, I like to just chill and not burn the boss down with the rigor. Just chill and wait for the spec ball to come back. Now, you can just go through the normal motions, and by the time, if you have a light bearer, by the time that Akkha comes out, you'll have 100%. But I'm gonna get 100% before Akkha comes out, and also just, you know, showing you more of the rhythm, making sure everybody's comfortable. Okay, now we switch to our melee item, which I like to put in that slot right there instead of having it all the way on the right. And we do the new, this is zigzag pattern, left, top, down, right, or vice versa, or any other pattern that is similar. Okay, we almost have our spec back, so we're gonna go ahead and get in gear, and then turn our orb on, turn our piety on. We almost have 90 back, so we're just gonna go ahead and start specking. I just drunk my liquid adrenaline sip. That means my spec is half the cost, and my light bearer returns the spec at twice as fast. Try and get 4 specs out for a full down death. Okay, those were 2 out of the 3. I think 2 out of those 4 were pretty good, right? Or was it 3 out of 4? Okay, make sure to turn your rigor on now. This is a eat up moment. This is a check your prayer moment. And check your salts, because your salts are about to run out after about 40 more seconds, and there we go. There's Akkha. Always starts with overhead range, unless you have the one where he changes randomly, I believe. But he will always telegraph with the slam that he's about to change, so you'll always at least know he's going to go major range. I can spec again, so let's go ahead and do that. And he's about to change. See, the ground slam means he's changing to mage. Go ahead and come on in. Nice and positive. Tile work is good. Kind of back up a little bit. I don't like to be too close to the boss when I'm fighting him. Okay, and Akkha switches his attack style every 3 hits. Also, he telegraphs when he's about to change with the slam. Again, I think I've said everything, but every tip I've said about 4 times now. Okay, and we have spec back again, so we might as well spec him while we still can with our adrenaline discount. He just swapped to mage overhead. Did you see that? Okay. Swap back to rigor. Just be really methodical with these clicks. You know, don't if like doing what I'm doing is too much, reduce it a little bit. Don't worry so much about getting as many specs in, or take your time with getting the specs in. Whatever. You feel me, brother? And now if I ran straight, I would have ran into that ball. So, oh, we're on the range. Luckily, I tanked a nice cheap hit there. Our adrenaline is still good for another couple seconds, so I'm going to switch my piety on. Make sure my overhead's legit. Make sure my tile works good. Come on in for that last 30 seconds of spec. That was a nice, it was a positive number, not a big one. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, doot. Doot, doot. Range over. New techniques all around. Let's see. That BGS hit. That BGS hit makes a big difference. I don't know if you've seen me hitting so much more hits or what, but you want to get in front of this guy and then do the thing. Bop, bop, bop. Oops, I missed. I missed. Still moving. Still moving. Still moving. With that little flub, I may have died if Insanity was on, or I may have gotten hit at least with a spec that I negated. Okay. Adrenaline is back down to normal, so we can't spec him for cheap anymore. And we're on to the final fight. Now, I like to hang out over here. I like to eat up in this first part. I like to not worry about what's going on with the floor too much, because this is a good time. I like to hit a scarab right now. I like to try and keep moving. Okay? Okay, and this seemed to be helpful to some people. On this phase, I do step, 2, hit. Step, 2, make prayer. Step, 2, hit. Okay? Step, just click on the empty tiles. Keep clicking on it. Just keep clicking on it. Step, 2, hit. Check prayer. Step, 2, hit. Step, 2, because that's roughly about when your cycle for your hits about to come back. Step, 2, hit. Step, we're getting a little messy over here. Step, 2, hit. Step, 2. I'm gonna do an ambrosia just to clean it up, so I don't fucking die after an hour-long guide, you know. Step, 2, hit. Mess that one up. Step, 2, hit. Step, 2, hit. There we go. Easy as that, guys. Easy as that. And you got 4 sips of whatever that fucking white shit is that you drink. That you got 4 sips of cum to make you full. Again, okay, whatever. Wish me luck, guys. Let's see, how many kills is that, bro? That's 88 kills with no purples. I do have pet. I can't be too sad. Okay, we're gonna do a nice dramatic walk up. Get my pet out. He was there before. He just didn't want to show up during the fights, I guess. He was shy. Come on, come on! Come on, purple! Purple for the video! Ah! Not this time. Come on, gem for the video. Not this time. Okay, I like to take my runes out, deposit the rest of the shit to the bank. You can check in your channel how much your loot is worth. For some reason it doesn't show up in the game chat, but it does show up, and that's a pretty lame 73k right there, honestly. Pretty lame. Many people are saying if you want to bump up your chances, go over 200. If you really, really want a purple, 300 plus is basically like, it sounds like you get a purple like every 3 to 5 kills in 300 plus. And man, I don't know. I usually do solo 200 plus, averaging about 215 to 245. No purples, just the pet and just the red gem. So I would say this, the rewards are a little unfair, it seems. I mean, 88 kills is pretty much 2 full work weeks of energy. But anyway, okay guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really don't got that much else to say. You know, hopefully this video does at least as good or better than the last one. Seeing as it has updated information, I hope it helps you guys out, and you know, you're able to deal with the P2 and P3 wardens a little better. And there's a couple other things, like you don't have to do as many puzzles in the Kephri room and all that. So I really hope this helps you guys out. I just wanted to release a new guide after the updates, because the last video was definitely out of date. So anyway, alright guys. Thank you again for watching. Keep it real.